This morning we will talk about the quiet center. This is a phrase that occurs near the end of I Need Do Nothing, a section in the text, chapter 18. At the beginning of chapter 18, actually, there's another kind of parallel phrase where Jesus says, turn you to the stately calm within. The quiet center is when our decision-making mind chooses to become right-minded, when it chooses to rest in the love and the peace of the Holy Spirit or Jesus, as opposed to the unquiet center, which is when our mind chooses the ego and its raucous shrieks of sin, guilt, fear, attack, punishment, and death. In that section, I Need Nothing, near the end, Jesus is appealing to us to always turn to that quiet center. I always think when I read that passage of the eye of a hurricane, you have this swirling mass of pressure and atmospheric pressure and turmoil, and in the center of it is the eye. Well, this eye is a quiet center that keeps us sane, that keeps us peaceful, despite all the raucous shrieks of the ego, all the frenetic activity that kind of is always swirling around us as bodies living in a world of bodies. Living in a world of special relationships. And no matter what occurs outside, whether we are a Haitian living amidst the earthquake, whether we are the effects of a tsunami in Southeast Asia, or we're on a battlefield in Iraq or Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, the West Bank, Gaza, no matter where we are, wherever there are these kind of ravages of war, there's always a place of peace. There's that quiet center we could return to. And that's the appeal of that section. Indeed, of course, it's the appeal throughout the whole course. Jesus is not telling us to deny the world or ignore our bodies or our bodies' various needs, but to, in the midst of that, still be able to go to that quiet center where everything is quiet and everything is peaceful. It's that same idea of lifting ourselves with Jesus above the battleground, looking back down. Indeed, the body is always active. The body is tyrannized by its needs. I've sometimes spoken of the body as being a veritable need machine, which is driven by the ego need to keep us mindless. And nothing roots us more in the body, the mindless world of bodies, than pain. Right? A pleasure too, of course. And this is what makes the body real and keeps that quiet center so far, far away from us that we can never choose it. So again, we are not asked to deny what goes on in the world. We're not asked to deny the hurricanes and the tremendous force of winds and rains that kind of always pelt us. Indeed, we're asked in the midst of that to rise above it and go to that quiet center. And in that quiet center, we see everything differently. Right? That's what Jesus means when he tells us over and over again to choose again. It's the mind that chooses, not the body. And so he's asking us to go there, and there is no problem that the quiet center cannot solve. No problem. That's why the first principle of miracles says there's no order of difficulty among them. There's no order of difficulty in miracles, as Bill Tefted always used to say, because there's no order of difficulty in problem solving. Every problem is the same. It's the mind's decision for guilt. That's the problem. Not the guilt. Not the thought of sin, it's the mind's belief in guilt or sin. It's the mind's decision to believe in them. That is the problem. Every single problem that besets us and the world, every single problem without exception, is a projection of that decision of the mind. When we go into that quiet center, all of a sudden we understand that. We understand, to deny the first law of chaos, that there is no hierarchy of illusions. Right? In fact, the first principle of miracles is the correction for that. Right? Every illusion is the same. Every problem is the same. One problem, one solution, as lessons 79 and 80 say. Right? The world directs one problem after another, after another, after another. Some are grotesque, some are hideous, some are horrendous, some are seemingly minor, but they're all the same. They've all been given power by the mind to disrupt our peace. When we return to that quiet center, which is the home of the Holy Spirit, and is our home as well, suddenly everything changes. The world of form might not change, but our perception changes. And that's the vision of Christ, seeing everyone in every situation as the same. And all that's required for that healing shift of perception is to return to the mind and say, I no longer want the disquiet of the ego. I want that quiet center that God has given me.